Okay, think about this for a second. Imagine grabbing a calculator versus, say, having a really good personal tutor.
Okay.
One just, spits out answers when you punch in the numbers.
Yeah.
Simple.
Right. Task done.
But tutor. They figure out how you learn best. They anticipate where you might get stuck, explain things in just the right way.
They adapt.
Yeah, and maybe even nudge you to think bigger. That kind of jump from just a tool to a more proactive guide. That's kind of what we're digging into today.
Exactly. And we've got some really fascinating material here that unpacks this shift in AI systems. Our goal today is simple. Make the difference between a standard AI agent and this thing called Agentic AI crystal clear.
Right.
We want to go beyond just, definitions and really explore what fundamentally changes capability-wise, hopefully leading to some real aha moments for you listening.
Okay, sounds good. So let's start with the one people probably know better, the AI agent.
Yeah, the familiar ground.
This is basically your digital assistant that waits for you to tell it exactly what to do, and then it does that one single thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a classic example, many of you have probably done this, is asking Alexa to order a pizza.
Yeah, and what's key there is how direct it is. You say, Alexa, order a pizza. Specific command.
Right.
And the AI agent takes that exact request, connects to maybe Domino's API or whatever, places the order, done. It's efficient, sure, for that one specific need.
And the tech behind these, usually it's often what we call narrow AI, right? Built for specific jobs.
Correct. It could be role-based, if this, then that, or maybe even using a big language model like GPT, but sort of fenced in, operating in a very limited way.
Limited scope, yeah.
And I think the really crucial thing to get about these AI agents is they don't really have initiative. There's no long-term planning going on.
They don't think ahead?
Not at all. They don't start tasks on their own. They don't chain actions together unless you explicitly tell them each step. It really is. You ask, they answer. You command, they act.
That's a good summary.
The whole thing starts and stops with your immediate instruction.
Okay. So that's the AI agent.
Yeah.
Now, let's shift gears to what I think is the really exciting development, Agentic AI.
Yes, this is where it gets interesting.
Let's use an example. Planning a surprise birthday party for your sister. With an Agentic AI, it's not just waiting for you to say, order cake, send invites step by step.
Right. So what would it look like then, based on the research and the systems we're seeing?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't just react. It would take the initiative. It might check your family calendar automatically to find a good date.
Oh, okay.
Maybe search online for your sister's recent interests for gift ideas. Suggest party themes, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Even draft invitation messages, keep track of RSVPs, send you reminders for things you need to do, like picking up balloons.
See, that's a huge difference. It's not just doing one task. It understands the overall goal, throw a great surprise party, and then it figures out and does the steps needed.
Independently figures them out, yeah. And the technology powering this, it's a significant step up.
I bet.
Absolutely. You're typically using the really powerful language models like GPT-4, Claude, those ones. But crucially, they're combined with other tools.
What kind of tools?
Things like memory, so it can actually remember context and information over time. Planning algorithms, sophisticated ways to break down big goals into smaller, manageable steps.
Makes sense.
The ability to use external tools, basically, letting the AI interact with other software or websites. Like web searches, using APIs.
So it can go get information or trigger actions elsewhere.
Exactly. And even the ability to write and run code itself to accomplish tasks.
Okay, that's pretty advanced.
Yeah.
We saw mentions of frameworks like AutoGPT, Baby HEI, LangGraph, Crew AI.
Yeah, those are examples. Think of them less as single programs and more like blueprints for building AI that can take a big objective.
Like the party.
Like the party. Break it down, execute the pieces, and this is important, learn from mistakes or roadblocks and adjust its plan. Self-correction.
That self-correction part is key.
It really is. What's truly remarkable here is moving from just reacting to actually reasoning, strategizing, acting autonomously towards an outcome. Less like a tool, more like a thinking partner.
Let's try another analogy, maybe bring it down to earth a bit. School.
Okay.
If you ask a friend for the answer to question 5 on the homework, they tell you the answer is 42, and that's it.
Done. That's your AI agent.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But you go to another friend and say, hey, I really need to ace this upcoming exam. What happens?
Well, they probably won't just give you one answer. They might say, okay, let's make a study plan. Or which topics are you fuzzy on? Let me explain them. Maybe they'll quiz you later, remind you to review notes.
Exactly. Yeah. That proactive, goal-focused help that's much closer to the agentic AI idea.
That's a great comparison.
So boiling it down,
Yeah.
AI agents do specific tasks you tell them to, right now.
Command-driven.
Agentic AI takes your bigger goal, figures out the steps, makes decisions, and acts independently to reach it.
Yeah. And connecting this to why you, listening, should care, well, it signals a pretty major shift in how we interact with AI.
How so?
We're moving beyond just using these sort of isolated tools towards maybe having actual AI partners we can collaborate with.
And the potential uses are, wow, think about education. An agentic AI could maybe create a truly personalized learning path for a student.
Identifying weak spots, adapting materials. Yeah.
Or in business, imagine it managing the whole customer service journey, start to finish.
Or running entire marketing campaigns, strategy, execution, analysis, the whole package.
And for researchers out there,
Yeah.
imagine it not just finding papers when you ask, but planning and doing a whole literature review.
Yeah, identifying friends, maybe even automating parts of the data analysis, managing the whole workflow, not just answering queries.
That's a different level.
It really is. And it brings up fascinating questions, doesn't it? As these systems get better, how do they fit into our lives, our work? What new things become possible?
Definitely food for thought. So here's a little takeaway for you. As you go about your day interacting with AI, next time you use one, just pause for a second and ask yourself, is this just answering my direct question? Or is it? Kind of thinking ahead, working towards a bigger goal I have.
That difference, subtle as it might seem sometimes, is fundamental. It could really change how we leverage AI.
Absolutely. Well, we hope this deep dive has helped clarify that distinction between AI agents and agentic AI.
I hope you had a few of those aha moments we talked about.
Yeah, and if you did or have other thoughts, we'd genuinely love to hear them. Feel free to share.
Definitely. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.